Now, I've been told so many things. Heinz is better, Branston is better. I really like this one. It's doing a really good job. But if Heinz is better and I have to pay $1 for this dumb can of beans, and I have a feeling that some English people are gonna be mad with me. Apparently we have a competition on our hand in England about which bean is the best. Honestly, I have liked Lidl's cheapest brand the best so far, but I haven't tried the famous Heinz, the famous Branston beans. That's what we're gonna do today. I'm actually going to do a blind taste test of different types of baked beans in the UK and see which one an American thinks is best. Now, I've been told so many things. Heinz is better, Branston is better. I've heard Bramwell's at Aldi is good as well, but we don't have an Aldi around here, so I couldn't try the Aldi Bramwell beans. I have tried the Aldi cheap beans before, and I do not like them, but Lidl's are phenomenal. Then we have things like these two beans. They're both from Tesco. This is the cheap Tesco brand. This is the expensive, not expensive, but the more expensive Tesco brand. Why does Tesco have two different brands of baked beans? This can of beans has 50% beans in it, while Branston beans trying to edge them out at 51%. The cheap brands only have 44% beans in them, whereas these ones have 49%, just slightly under Heinz. I want to see which one is the best by a blind taste test because I am inclined to only like cheap things, but if Heinz is better and I have to pay $1 for this dumb can of beans just to have the best English baked beans I can have, I won't be happy. So the question is, what is your favorite baked bean? Okay, so here's our 6 baked bean selections. And I forgot to say earlier, but I loved baked beans on toast. It is one of my favorite dishes, and I don't think I'll be able to replicate that in America like I will here because we don't have the same type of baked beans. American baked beans are a lot richer, deeper sauces. I would akin them more to like barbecue sauce type situation, and we have tons of different flavors, whereas these ones are all just the same, kind of. Obviously, they're a little different. First off, you can see a difference in the amount of beans versus liquid in these. So like this one, super liquidy compared to this one over here. So we'll just start and see. Mix them up a little bit. There's no richness or depth to this. It's kind of just like a slightly sweet tomato sauce with beans. And the beans are kind of firmer, a little bit firmer. I don't quite know how to start this because I don't know what to compare it to. For this, I would give it a 5 out of 10. The beans are a little bit too hard for my liking, and it doesn't really have any depth of flavor. Try this one. This one has a lot more beans compared to sauce. It's also, I don't know if that smells good. It's also a different color than this one, like a way different color. Okay. It smells like baby food to me. The beans are a lot softer. It has a baby food-esque taste to me, and I don't know what that is. I think I like it a little better than the first one, but not by much. So I would give this a 6 out of 10 for that one. Even the color, you can just see that there's a deeper richness and more like maybe caramelization or something to this sauce. This one, it has a little bit more liquid again, more probably comparable to the first one, but its sauce is, I think, more comparable to the second one color-wise. Let's see. I think I like this one. Wow. Okay. I don't know what's in this one that makes it so baby foodish. It smells like a can. This one is actually very soft beans, and the flavor of it, even though there's more sauce, the flavor of it doesn't hit the same as this one. I really like this one. It's doing a really good job. I don't quite know what the difference is between them, Let me taste this one again. Okay. Now I really hate this one. Wow. I don't even want that one anymore. It tastes like they put like mashed up carrots or something in it. It is not good compared to this one. Okay. This is the one to beat so far. I would give this one, it's pretty good. I would say I would give this one an 8 out of 10. This one, more beans again. Okay, different to this one. Not as good as this one still. The beans are also a little bit harder on this one. This one's a little bit tangier to me. Maybe a little bit more vinegary almost. The skins are sticking in my mouth. So for this one, I would give it, it's better than this one. Now I'm really regretting my score on this one. But I think it's still, no, I really hated it. Okay, I'm moving this one to a 4 out of 10. This one, I'll give a 6 out of 10. It's better than this one. This one just really went downhill. I don't know what it is, but yuck. This one just doesn't have a lot of flavor, but this one has more flavor, but not as rich as this one. This is number 5, and it is lighter in color, but a lot of beans. I thought the richness of color of this one would work in its favor. It didn't. This one doesn't really have a great smell. Number 5, you can really taste the bean. The bean is almost creamier than all the other ones. The flavor of it is kind of odd. I don't really like the flavor of that one either. The beans are very beany. They come forward more than any other one of these. I don't know if they're just like plumper beans or there's so many more beans in this one. But the flavor, let me taste that again. I don't love it. The back end of that one is not great. Maybe ketchup-y? It's better than number 2, not by much, but I'll give number 5 a 5 out of 10, which I think was what we also gave number 1. If you like beans, and I do love beans, you might like that one. Not tons of smell. They all smell a little different. That one just smells the worst. Number 6 also has a lot of liquid compared to like number 5, which had a lot of beans. It's almost like you're getting a spoonful of liquid in there. Okay. Number 6 is also not great. It seems very sweet. It almost tastes like a can too. I don't know why it's so canny. Not really any depth of flavor. This one tastes tomatoey on the back end with not like a lot of depth of flavor. So it's kind of just a hint of sweet and tomatoey with lots of liquid. I would also have to give that one a 5 out of 10. Not great. Okay, so let's do a quick review. These 3, 4 got a 5 out of 10. I don't think they all taste definitely different. However, they don't really have tons of flavor. They don't really give a good flavor on the back end. Oh, maybe I just don't love the baked beans so much, which is interesting because number 3 I really like, and obviously they're the ones that don't have as much beans in them, and they're probably a cheaper brand. That is my favorite by far. The beans are a bit creamier, not quite as creamy as number 5. After a few more sauce taste testing, I think I have my order. For what I consider to be a good baked bean is I like a softer bean, something where the skins aren't sticking to the top of my mouth. I think I prefer a thinner sauce. I like more sauce with my baked beans, and I don't think the amount of baked beans really matters for me. This will be my number 1, number 2, and number 3. This one's just terrible. So 1, 2, 3, and then number 4 It doesn't really have any kind of interesting notes or anything, but it's just better than this one, which is my number 5, and this is my number 6. Let's get our cans and see what I actually think is the best one. I'm excited. Well, shockingly, I did not think this would be Branston. And I have a feeling that some English people are going to be mad with me. It just had a very off flavor. I don't know. Starch? Maize starch is one of the main ingredients of that. Corn flour. This one has a bit more vinegar, it looks like, in it at the top of the list. Whereas vinegar is a little bit farther down on that one. Lidl still came out as my number 1. They're cheap, 27 pence can of baked beans. It just has the best flavor. And it doesn't even have vinegar in it. Maybe I hate vinegar. Wow. I'm surprised that does not have vinegar in it. Does this one? Yeah, it looks like the 2 cheap brands don't have vinegar in them at all. That one doesn't have vinegar. The cheap ones don't have vinegar at all, but the expensive ones do. And maybe I just don't like the vinegar flavor that much, which is interesting because I have really been liking vinegar lately in my food. Sainsbury's 27 pence can is semi-okay. Now I have no idea if I would like which one better. I would say that you should just go for the cheaper cans and see if you find one that you like better than spending £1 or more on the expensive ones, because maybe you won't even like them as much as you do all these cheaper ones. People have to be buying the cheap ones because there's so many different types in the stores and they must be selling them. So apparently not everybody likes these. So basically everybody's been telling me that these 2 are the best 2 there are. But nobody's told me that they like any other kind. So if you like any other kind, you should let me know in the comments down below. I would really like to hear that. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and like. Let's go out and make the world 1% better today, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye, guys.